I too would like to welcome the Kramer family, the Kukowski family. On my side, the Oaks family, the Hellman family, the OSU friends, OH. I had to do that. Neighbors, co-workers. Thank you everybody for coming out here. It's a big day. I wasn't sure if this would happen. As far as Tyler was quite the challenge when he was a kid. If you hear them laughing over here, they know what all the challenges were. I remember back when he was probably 6 years old in Pee Wee baseball. He's big game. He's twirling around in the field, out in center field. I think it's middle of the game, peeing. We're all shocked. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And I won't go into all these stories, but I have a lot of them. There's a story, I think you ran away from home once, and you're mad about something. He walked for, a couple miles, and I guess he just kind of walked it off because after walking a couple miles, he called Mom and said, "Mom, can you pick me up? I want to come home." And she was like, "Aren't you in your room?" So, huh? I don't know. But one time, let's not get into my stories. So, one time I went to teacher conferences. You remember this one? So I went to teacher conferences, and the teacher was telling me, he says, "That Tyler, he's a real leader. He's a great leader. He gets all the kids to follow him." And I'm beaming. I'm thinking, what a great compliment by this teacher. Just about as that thought goes through my head, he gives me this grimace and steely eyes, and he says, "But he's the leader of the opposition." So there were definitely a lot of challenges. But, I'm glad we came to this day. As far as Tyler, we are proud of you. He's grown up to be a great guy, great man. I have to give a lot of credit to Ellen, his mom. She had a lot of patience and a lot of wisdom for him. And what they say, they're telling stories about me, I don't know why, but they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And I knew when I married Ellen that I'd probably have some tough kids, but I married her for her feistiness and her untamed spirit. All right, maybe my genes had a little bit to do with it, but maybe not too much. And Tyler, you are marrying into a great family. Grace, we love you. You're the best thing that's happened to them. I'm glad you guys met in middle school. I'm glad that you met again. And again, I heard the story about in the grocery store, but then I hear the priest say you met in church. Were you trying to score points with the priest? What is the true story? What story do you tell your friends? I'm not sure which story is true. I've heard, in the deli aisle. I've heard in church. I've heard, I'm not sure. But anyway. But Grace, we're so glad to have you in our family. Yeah, we're glad to have you as far as a daughter-in-law. Tyler, you're fortunate as far as great in-laws, as far as in Marge and Eric and your siblings, as far as Nicholas and Johnny and Abby. Great family. So you're fortunate. I got to look at my notes now for a minute. If I can read them. You get to my age and you got to hold them at. But anyway, in all seriousness, we do love you, Grace. We're glad that you are part of the family. And let's raise our glasses and toast to a long, happy, and blissful marriage.